Hey guys, so the other day when I did this Spino video, I did make mention that I was building out a mod of my own. So basically I'm finished with that. It was to fix, all the issues that Spino has and gives the not displaying of applications, not displaying of the terminal, running that properly, and a couple other things. So yeah, as you can see here, there's a little service status bar. It shows you server info, how many online clients you have, the connections you currently have, requested data, received data, sent data, the port, the address, all that good stuff. Some network info about the computer you're on. That's only my local IP, so yeah, I'm gonna blur out a couple things anyway. And then, the process, the start time, threads, all that good stuff. Over here we have view, so the service status over here, we can show the login alerts for new devices. We can monitor the Android devices down here, which, there's not really anything to show right now, but when they connect, I'll leave that there for now anyway. There is the blacklist, so if there are devices you don't want connecting back to, you can do that here. You can also make these windows bigger to work with, smaller. We have connection log as well, which I'm going to leave both of those here for now, so we can get to them when we need. Then over here we have options. We can change the image display quality, the video display quality. It's got a map key, so we can do real-time mapping of devices. We've got chat alerts and activating when victims are online. We have APK installation, so if there are devices connected to the computer itself, you can install the payload via ADB. We have settings for the current victims, so we can change the given name, we can change the given callback IP, port, and password of already connected victims. We can send them to a different server. Sorry about that. We can test the connection, check ports, receive connections, firewalling for the server device, commands, so we can run commands or PowerShell for the computer system we're on, victim folders, we can storage of payloads, downloads from devices. Then we have our builder. So here we can do changes to the names, given device callback names, the application itself, the service names, the version, the DNS info, so obviously where it's calling back to. As you can see here, I do have a password set, so I'm going to set that for the payload. Properties, we can do multiple property selections. This device isn't rooted, so I'm not going to go with that. I'm not going to hide the application either. We'll disable the icon just so you guys can see what's going on. For merging the app, we can choose another app. So say, for example, WhatsApp or, just a game or whatever, we can bundle that together. We don't have to actually bundle the stubbed payload. And then finally, we can build our payload. I'll pull up a nice little box here, go through building it. There we go. So we have our final built payload, which we can then use. It took 40 seconds to build it, using Java 1.11, the development kit. So we can go ahead and install our client. And here it is, got the little Black Rabbit logo. start it up. It said it's built for a older version of Android. You can see here it's working. I'm gonna say use Google services because you know Google always needs them services. We can give it a shortcut key. Not that we really need to. But essentially, there we go. We have our device connected. We can go to the file manager and we can see all the files in the device itself. Obviously, there's not really anything in here. You know, just whatever was created with the virtual device. We can check the SMSs. I have put some SMSs in here. You know, just to for the purpose of the demonstration. The name is null because it was sent from a non-saved number. We can go to failed messages, we can go to queued messages, we can see sent messages, and outbox and inbox. If we close that out, and we can go to the calls manager. As you can see, there was a call because I did do a demo call on the device. We can go to recents. You can see over there. We can go down to contacts manager. I have put contacts into the device. Connected via means it's say a contact saved to the Google account or the SIM card or whatever else. We can go down to the account manager. There's no accounts on the device, so it's not going to find any. We can go to the camera manager. We can, you know, use both cameras. We can use multi-capture. We can use focus. We can use flash. We can select whichever camera we want and start it. I'm not going to do that, obviously. I think we know why. We can go to the shell terminal. As you can see here, it's loading. We can run my and it will return with the device's user ID and say complete. We can run to check for things. If it doesn't work, it'll obviously say failed. Otherwise, it'll say complete. We can go down to applications. And it will show us all the applications installed on the device, installed from whatever source on whatever date and day. We can also open them. We can go to Google Play, we can refresh, we can go to properties. We can check out what permissions it has, the receivers, the activities of the application. We can let's go with settings and open it. And you can see it opens over here. We can then go to the Keylogger function. You guys can check it out, see that it works. You can get offline keylogs, online keylogs. So basically online means live keylogging, showing everything that basically is going on in the device. You know, made a Google call, all sorts of things. You just miss this. Shows you what we're searching, what's going on in the device. It's showing its backspacing. You basically type whatever, it goes live. We can go to the offline keylogs and we can get them from the device, everything that's been happening, you know, generally. Yeah, that is the Keylogger. We can check the microphone. Obviously, we can do a couple different things. Source from the mic, source from voice recognition, source from voice communication. So, you know, when you say, hey Siri or hey Alexa, essentially that, it can listen for those commands. We can go to the device's settings, check a whole bunch of stuff pertaining to the device's information. Brand, board, bootloader, the device's architecture, fingerprinting, hardware, host device, the ID, manufacturer, product, serial keys, tags, the user, the time, the release. As you can see, it is Android 11, SDK number, so obviously 11 is SDK 30 or API 30. The IMSI, the IMEI, the SIM serial, the SIM operator, the SIM operator's name, the line number, the country, all that good stuff, down to the SSID it's connected to, the link speed, the battery level, whether it's connected to a computer or not. We can check for voice alerts, obviously turning it up and down. Media, notification system, we can check the phone bar, we have silent. As you can see, it went silent. We can turn it on vibrate. There you go, vibrate. Normal. We can turn on or off Bluetooth, GPS. We can disconnect the Wi-Fi. My bad, because it disconnected from the Wi-Fi. And it went on to 4G now, you can see. Now that it's reconnected, I can put Wi-Fi back on. And eventually it's going to reconnect there. Yeah, that's essentially that. As you can see there, it reconnected. It turned over here from Wi-Fi or from 4G to Wi-Fi. We can check the victim, we can reconnect it, send it to the blacklist. As you can see down here, that I haven't really showing you guys, the monitor. So you can see it had a stream reader going, it can tell you sort of what it's been doing. Deleted items, we can delete all the items, which I have now done, so all done to me. We can see the connection log, connected, when it went offline, there we go. We can have a little chat with it, nickname, your hacker install. There we go. It will work in real time from the user's end. So if we are writing something here, you can see it updates for us in real time. There's like a little, what can you call it? Like an iMessage box. Send that through to us. And have ourselves a nice little chat with them. We can have some fun. We can do little toast messages. Once it reconnects, we can turn the phone's vibrator on for an amount of time, obviously with a certain intensity. We can open up the phone. Yeah, I can show you guys this. We can open up the phone, we can dial a number, and it will call from the phone. As you can see here. Let me kill that. So yeah, we can go down here to the APK store, basically showing us our bug payloads. The victims, so SMS manager, basically all the saved results, the applications, and a nice little HTML document for us. As you can see here. But yeah, essentially that's about it, hey guys. So this is Sphynx, my Android remote access tool. Yeah. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. And I hope you guys enjoy watching my videos and are enjoying my content. If you are, like, comment, subscribe. Always doing new things, always happy to take requests and do new things. Yeah. But for now, that's it. And hope you guys have enjoyed. Later.